Hello my friends, this is Walter again. Today I think I'll do a little talking. Maybe tell you a story. I was watching PBS TV last night, Channel 8 here in Atlanta area, and had a story on there about people getting mauled by grizzly bears back in the 60s. It come to mind to me that people never really learn how to recognize danger. Yesterday on the evening news, there was a fella down in Florida got bit by an alligator. They had him on there and he had a big bite mark on his head. He's lucky he ain't dead. But I don't know what you expect to get when you swim in a canal in Florida. Florida's eat up with alligators. He's probably lucky it was a smaller alligator or something. But it brings to mind a story. Well, before I get into that, people really need to learn how to recognize danger when they see it. Now, I'm 67 years old, and there's still times when I don't recognize danger when I see it. Some people just won't accept the fact that they're putting themselves in jeopardy. Simple things like texting on your phone when you're going down the road. Don't take 1 minute to pull over and solve that problem. You wouldn't walk out through these bushes out here and not expect to get bit by a snake or something. Common sense is what it all boils down to. But the story I had in mind, this relates to somebody getting eaten by alligators, so if you don't want to hear it, now's the time to change the channel. I was in about 5th or 6th grade. I went to Eau Gallie Elementary School. During the summer they had a program called Summer Recreation. And the kids that didn't have nothing to do in the summer, you could come down to the school and one day they'd put you on the bus and take you bowling. Next day they might take you roller skating, swimming, different things like that. So I went to school on a summer day. Went to summer recreation. I don't remember what we were doing that day. On the way home, I'm walking through the city of Eau Gallie, down in Florida. And I'm walking fairly near the police station. And I see a big Jeep drive up in front of it in the alley right there beside the police station. Had an alligator tied across the top of it. And that thing had to be 12 feet long if it was an inch. It was hanging off of both ends of that Jeep from one end to the other. They had killed him and brought him down there to the sheriff's station. Well, I didn't know they were looking for a boy that had been eaten by alligators. But like a dummy, I followed them down in the alley and watched some veterinarian come out there and cut that alligator's stomach open and reached in there in his alligator's stomach. I said, what are they doing? Somebody said, boy, you better get on back. You're in the way. They reached in the alligator's stomach and came out with I didn't recognize it at first, but it was a boy's arm. Bit off above the elbow. Wasn't even flesh colored anymore. It was kind of green and the fingers were all crunched up. And I saw enough of that. I didn't want to stick around for any more and I left. Something to make you think about when it comes to recognizing danger. I know we used to run around the swamps and up and down the rivers and wonder if something like that didn't happen to me. It's like the other day when I was telling you when I stepped in the mud and near killed myself sinking up in the mud. Younger people need to learn how to recognize danger, and I've got 67 years experience, and there's still times when I don't recognize it. A lot of my viewers out there are young people. I'd really like you to think twice when it comes to recognizing danger, whatever it is, because forewarned is forearmed. I'm not saying live your life scared. I mean, do what you want to do, but just think about it. Don't do something that might be potentially dangerous, or at least think about it before you do it. A lot of young people drive their motorcycles up and down the road here. Now, I'm an experienced bike rider, and I know from experience you can get in a crash on a motorcycle. It's unsafe enough just driving at normal speed, but I had one come by here the other day. It looked one of them motorcycles, I call them a crotch rocket. You got to kind of lay down on the darn thing to ride it. And the boys that have those seem to think, and they are fast, but they seem to think that's the only way you should drive them. And I disagree. But that's neither here nor there. I just want to point out to my friends and viewers out there, learn how to recognize danger when you see it. And if you can learn to do that, I guarantee you'll live a lot longer. Thanks for listening.